The only thing that sucks, I mean, I wouldn't say sucks, but like kind of a bummer that I need to wake up at like 5 in the morning, which is fine. I'm an early bird, not that early usually, but I usually used to go to the gym in the mornings before I started work, and I won't be able to do that anymore. And I'm kind of worried that I'm gonna struggle going to the gym after work because I've never, like, ever since high school, I've never been one to go to the gym uh, at night. Like, I always went before I started my day. But I'm gonna try and keep myself accountable for that because obviously I don't want to like gain weight or anything. Um, right now, I'm making kind of just a little something to display for this new little project I made. Um, basically, I mean, it says it here. It's a tool that creates randomized prompts for artists and illustrators to use because I was kind of having trouble finding like a way to practice illustration more often. Because I want to get better at drawing and illustration, like freehand stuff. And I was kind of having trouble with like subject matter because I didn't really know what I could draw. There wasn't really anything that kind of stood out to me of what I could draw. So I made this little tool that it takes a bunch of random words, like there's an adjective and then a noun. Sometimes it's more than one word, but it basically just randomizes um, kind of what the subject matter is. So shouldn't be refreshing for some reason. My browser is like caching what I had before where it was refreshing it, but instead it should just change it automatically without refreshing the whole page. So, but yeah, I made that for fun. Why so early? Because their hours are from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then we get half days on Friday, so it kind of balances out, which is cool. Um, but yeah, I have to be there at 7 a.m. and it's like a 35-minute drive, so it takes me about an hour to take a shower, get dressed, eat, and make a lunch and everything. So, by that time, I need to wake up around like 5:15. Uh, Vampiro One. Yeah, I found this font a while back on like a little like Trump, some site making fun of Trump or something, and I just like fell in love with the style of it, like really angular script. It's really cool. So I've always wanted to use it in a project. So it kind of fit with this. So I was happy I was able to use it for something. I can't listen to rap right now. It's making it hard for me to talk at the same time. This is a pretty good album. It's an older album if anybody wants to listen to it. Shows a way to copy styles like you can in Photoshop. So 30/20. On-site life, yeah. Yeah, Disaster Piece is amazing. Ever since I played Hyperlight Drifter, since he made the soundtrack for that, I've just been like completely obsessed with all of his music. It's so good. But yeah, it's weird because to be honest, I never thought I would work an on-site job, um, let alone, well, I don't want to say where it is yet. Some of you guys know in the chat, but just don't say anything just yet, please. But I never thought I would be working on site again, just because I love remote so much. And the times that I worked on site, it was only for like 3 months, I think. So I didn't think I would go back to it, but I'm actually really excited to go back to working in an office because as much as like working remote kind of tests your communication skills and like helps you improve them, like sometimes I just find there's nothing that compares to being able to talk to people face to face, especially when you're trying to explain concepts and stuff. So I've been pretty excited to go to on-site, and I'm really happy that I got this job. But yeah, overall I'm excited. The only thing is the wake-up time, that kind of sucks, but I'll get over that. Cool, man. See you later, Joey. We'll talk later. Good luck with the Jekyll stuff. I think that's good. This is good for now. I just wanted to make this really quick so I can post it tomorrow. Because I do have a big project I'm working on, but there are 2 tasks that I need to do first. This was one of them. And then I need to remove that it says I'm still looking for a place to work. So I need to remove that from my website. Dribble post for the little prompt. Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I mean, it's not perfect, but it gets the job done. I might change it tomorrow if I don't like it. And subheader. Yeah. So this one will take a sec, and then I'm gonna show you guys the new project I'm working on. It's not entirely new, but it's like a revamp of my blog, pretty much, like a huge kind of rethink of it for the most part. Because I want to expand out to more things. Where else is it? I think it's... No, I'm not going to be working on Liftron stream just yet. I can definitely show you a preview later on Twitter, though. Wow. Great, now the whole family comes in.
Come on. Milo, come on. Come here, Mama. Come here, sweetie.
It's in Pages, duh. Sometimes I forget the structure for what I'm doing. Yeah, this is my office. I still need to do the back stuff. Obviously that's not done. It's just a bunch of crap there. I don't know what to do with the bookshelf though, because I kind of need that stuff there, but it's like it's organized, but it still kind of looks messy. So when I start, I'll add the other where I'm working there. It's a lot of stuff. I'm actually Games and Grids and my blog are actually going to be merging, I think. But we can get to that in a sec because that'll kind of show with my new blog stuff. So let's go ahead and commit this. I think I just typed that in wrong. No, it's not. Alright, so now I can show you guys what I'm working on. I'm actually really proud of this because of like the big focus on typography I've kind of made with this new version. And I'm gonna pull it up so you'll be able to see it so it makes more sense what I'm saying. But this is actually built in Jekyll instead of React like I was using before. It's kind of like, it's really cool. It's kind of like a CMS that is more geared towards developers, which is really cool. So, trying to situate all this stuff. So as you see, this is just Markdown instead of having to do what I was doing previously. This is not final. This is the design that I had on Games and Grids that I just brought it over for testing. This isn't final either. We're going to be working on this. But basically, I'm turning the rate of change into something a bit different because I want to write about more things. And instead of making like different projects and new blogs and things like that, I kind of want to just make the rate of change like the entire hub for that, instead of having all these places that I need to tell people to go and everything. Like, this is just my blog. Like, everything that I write about, everything that I want to write about is on here. So for right now, articles, like I said, I need to change this, but this is basically going to be what you see on the rate of change right now. That's going to be the articles. Those are still going to be every single week. And then I want reviews to be like this week is going to be a Beats X earphones review. That'll be on my actual blog. And then I also have a journal, which I kind of want, like, you know, the first section, if you've read my blogs before, the first section where I talk about like an update to my side projects and to my life and things like that. So instead of having that and like kind of cutting and like making a separation between the title and like the actual content that people want to read, because I feel like that drives away some people that are reading my blog, I want to remove that part and put that part into a journal. And on top of that, like it says here, I want it to be like a change log of things that happen in my life and random thoughts that I feel are worth sharing. So basically kind of like a diary or a journal, for lack of a better term. Because there's things that I think about that I may post like a little part of it on Twitter, but it's like sometimes I want to write more about that, and I also want to share like and keep like a log of, you know, this week I started at my new job, or I don't know, like I did something today and I want to like keep that and know that I did it on this day and kind of maybe write something about it. So I'm gonna have these 3 sections here. I'm also thinking about doing interviews as well with like designers I look up to or something, or even you guys actually, because I do look up to some of the guys that come and hang out in the chat. Some of you I don't even know you, but you know what I mean. Just having people here and kind of shedding some light on their work and the hard work that they do. So I'm thinking about that, but for now it's going to be articles, which is what you are used to seeing, reviews on things that I want to review that I buy. And it's anything from like tech to just random furniture to like things in coffee, things like that. Just things that I like reviewing and taking pictures of. And then, like I said, the journal. Oh, cool. I haven't tried Craft CMS. I've heard good things about it, though. Yeah, thanks, Metrics. I think, I know it may not seem like a big deal, and most of you probably don't even care, but, like, this is, like, a big thing for me because I've always wanted to write about different things, but I felt like I was stuck in this format that I was in. So instead, I'm kind of going to expand on that now and be able to write about different things. And each of them are going to be a different style. So a journal, like you can barely see it on maybe on your screen, but like having like a timeline kind of thing with like the dotted line, and then just having that go down. And then today we're going to work on how I want the reviews to look because I just took the styling from this. But yeah, so we're going to work on, that's what I've been working on lately. So, hey Zach, how's it going? I just realized I don't even have alerts set up. Let me try and do that really quick. Streamlabs. I just hit my screen because I'm pretty sure I have to log in since it's a new computer. I forgot to download that since I got a new computer. Actually, I'll do that later. I don't want to spend time on that. Hey, Zach subscribed. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Whenever you get your subscribe button, I'll definitely sub over to you with my Twitch Prime. I appreciate the subscription, though. What's Jekyll like to work with? It definitely has a learning curve, but once you get it, it really starts to make sense. And you can... What's really cool is you can do something similar to React with like making components and stuff, but it also makes it really easy to have CMS. So like I can just copy and paste and write in Markdown here, and it renders that out like this, however you want to style it. But yeah, you just kind of got to get used to the folder structure and what does what. I mean, with watching me, it might be able to help a little bit, but so basically for this, it's like a for loop in JavaScript, trying to go through and kind of render this for each one that has, because I'm using categories, so it's site.categories.review, so it's saying for every post that has that category, render this out onto the page. So this reviews.md is basically what is going to be rendering on this page. And then you set up like layouts. So it's grabbing the full layout here and just rendering it like that. So that's why the title shows up like that. And it shows up the same way on all the other ones. I don't have a subtitle here, but it would show a subtitle. But yeah, it's just kind of getting used to the file structure. But I'm going to work on it for a bit now, so it might help a little. So basically, I have... So I have some notes here. This is how I want reviews to look. Nothing too special on this side, just the cover. I want the cover image, and then I want the title, and then maybe like a little blurb and the date or something. So what's cool is you can call basically anything that's in these here at the top. I forget what this is called, but it's basically data that you can pass upwards or downwards to other things. So, for example, if we look at that one that I brought over, where is it? I believe it's here? No. Journal. Oh, it's an index, that's why. It's at the home page. So this is really cool. I posted this on Twitter. But this basically lets you grab the image, the cover image that's provided, and then you can render it out. So let's try and get that working. Reviews has a cover image, right? Should. So this is saying post cover image and seeing if it has one. Yeah, and then rendering out here. Obviously the styling here isn't correct, but get the point. So I don't need dim. We don't need a border around these. We don't need padding. Well, we might need padding, but let's see. And then I'm gonna do the same thing I did with taste notes. That's what I usually do. I forget exactly how I do it, so I always check here if you guys ever need this format. Here, and then so we need a div around here. Flex route container, and then I think it's items start, yeah. And then on each of these we do item start, and then we just say the width we want. So I want 33 on large, then 50 on medium, and then 100. Don't need. Do we need center? No, because it's going to be 100. Don't need border radius. Let's see. Okay, it's a little closer. We don't need this linear gradient. That was for if I wanted text on top of it, like on this one here, like text there. Okay, so that already looks better. So you're using Jekyll and Tachyons? Yep, I'm mixing those two together since Tachyons is just a CSS file. You can use it pretty much in anything, any web app or anything really. This specific one, Jekyll isn't usually done like this. It's a little bit different, but this one has a Webpack gulp file used, so it kind of combines all these things and makes it work. But if you wanted, you could just I think it comes with a head component, and this is literally just what renders at the top of every page, and you can just you know, bring in your CSS here, just link it here. It's not going to be this same format, but this will be like tachyons, and you can just link to it and then pretty much anything. Jekyll and React, I don't think so, because they kind of, because they're both preprocessors for outputting static pages, or a web app in React's case. I don't think you can use them together. I wouldn't see why you would want to. Because like I said, what's cool about Jekyll is these includes are basically components. So if you go to, this is the default, or wait, no, see the folder structure is a little hard to find. But basically what it's doing, like each of these includes are components that you can call somewhere. So like in this review, like I called the link component, which is in includes the link.html, and then the same way I'm passing in, like, I don't know what they're called in Jekyll, but basically like props in React, I'm saying, you know, inside of this link, you know, there's an include href, which is basically saying like you can pass in whatever is going to go here, and then I'm also passing in the include text, which is going to render whatever's here. So it works similar to components. It's just like getting acquainted with the different syntax, basically. So I wouldn't see why you would want to use them together. It just doesn't really make sense. I mean, unless you can give me an example of Vectrix, I'm just not sure what you mean. Okay, so kind of like that. Basically, you just want to fix the spacing there. So we don't need that or that. We can just use the standard margins that they use. Yeah, something like that looks fine. And then maybe raise the height on this a little bit. Where's the height even coming from? Oh, from the padding. Yeah, so this will be 0 height, yeah. Okay, so maybe like an H4. No, that's like the same thing. H5 should be good. It's better. I'm just gonna make some copies of this. Oh, not delete. Just to see what a couple of them look like. What's today? 15. What's cool is this will automatically put them in the correct order of the dates. I believe. Yeah. Then obviously that date would need to be passed in because I'm passing that in from each of these. So let's actually do that just to get some different content or data. Just to make sure it's all working. Did I delete something? What's something about for components? Oh yeah, includes are basically components in Jekyll. I think this is rendering on top of it for some reason, maybe. I don't know, it's only rendering 2. It's weird. So, what? This is weird. Maybe if I restart this, I feel like that's not gonna help. But well, I am officially confused. So, it's running that one and this one. I don't know why. Okay, well, no idea what it did, but now it apparently works again. Yeah. I don't understand what happened. I literally did nothing different. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna put a custom height in here just because I want something in between that H4 and H5. So H4 is 8 REM. And I just quit my browser by accident. I need to put on, yeah, warn before quitting, please. Where does this host? 4,000? Yeah. Okay, so that does 8 REM. Oh, I quit the chat too. Jesus, man. Sorry about that. I pressed Command Q instead of Command W. Let's put that back. Okay, so H4 is 8 REM. I think 5 is 12 REM or 10. Let's try 10. No, it's definitely more. I like that size. I feel like H5 is 16 actually. You and me both, Jose. What are you working on? Oh, I guess you said the CMS stuff, so I'm assuming CMS for your website or blog. I made that stuff inline because like I need the post cover image in the syntax here, which you can't do in normal CSS. So since I need to get that, I just put it in here, and I thought I don't need cover. Actually, I don't need cover or center. I don't know why I have that there, because pretty sure Tachyons has both of those. Actually, it might not have center. Or does it? Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so actually I only need this and this in the height. But yeah, that's why I'm using it, because of that syntax. Oh, more like blogs. For a second there, I thought it said dogs, and I was very intrigued about what you were planning. Okay, so that all looks good. Let's see. Let's get some different pictures in here. Or let me guess, it's not gonna work because of what happened last time somehow. Okay, this one's not working. Oh, it's because I don't have a 1. 1 is the cover. Yeah. So that all works. It dims the whole thing and links everywhere there, so that looks good. I think, yeah, I'm gonna change the font. Middleman? What do you mean? So combining everything. Oh. Huh. I don't know. I'm not sure what you're asking there, Averbs. Oh, I'm building it with Jekyll. Yeah, it's Jekyll. Averbs. What was I fixing? Oh yeah, font here. Let's do Gentium. Yeah, sorry, I just hadn't heard of Middleman. So I had no idea what you were saying. I think let's just leave that size at 5. I also want, let's keep the style of this just to keep it consistent and see how that looks. Oh God. And then oh cool. Yeah. I've just been trying out Jekyll recently, so I don't know how I feel about that. Nah, I'm gonna go back. I think all the titles of posts should be bold, like this here as well. I think that makes more sense. And that dim is like way too much. Let's see. I forget what dim is doing exactly. I know it's opacity, but okay. Wow, this is doing a lot. It's just like too much. Unless I mean, I could do this, but this feels. Because I think the way I have this set up is it's gonna recompile what Tachyons uses, so I think it's gonna override that if I just change it in there. So we can make this an add-on here. Yeah, 0.5 is like way too much. Let's try 7.5. I feel like that might still be too much, but let's see. Oh, okay. No, that's definitely much better. Wish it was a little more obvious on the text. Guess that's fine, because if it's anywhere, then the image will go down. So I'm actually going to make this very subtle. Alright, Vetrix, thanks for coming by, man. I will be streaming tomorrow, if anything, if you want to drop by again. The only thing I'm worried about with Dim is if I use that somewhere else. I don't think I do. Well, on here we do, which is a problem. Can probably change that though. What? Yeah, there's dim right there. Why am I not? Oh, whoops. I don't think this works. Yeah. You know what we can do? Can just say there's an image. Should work. No. Hold on. So I'm gonna have to find a good middle ground. Maybe 7. I think that's a good middle ground. And before I commit this, I want to just want to see what long titles look like. That all looks good. And then last thing. Just gonna add a placement just for now. and I'll change that copy later. Cool. Alright, so before I get too much done, let's go ahead and commit this. One second. Alright. Oh, I definitely did more than that. Oh, whatever. It's not really anything there I'm gonna have to change, so it's not a huge deal. Alright. I didn't even try these centered. Let's see. think I like the left line better. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Okay, so next one. I mean, Burger Love, they don't bring like in like my full income or anything like that. They're definitely, the goal is never to make money. Obviously, like that's part of what I think about to try and make money because, being able to make money off of a passion project, like there's nothing better than that. So, I still think about making money from things, but that's never like my primary goal. And it does bring in money, but it's nothing. I mean, it's not like I can live off of it right now. Hopefully in the future, but not right now. I'm hoping Live Tries is gonna be probably like the main source of income. That's like my big project that I'm kind of gonna be focusing on for whoever knows how long. Probably the next couple of years at least. So hoping that one takes off and can be doing that as like my main side project and bringing in some extra money. But for now, even if one of them was making enough or even altogether making enough for my income, I'd probably still want to work full time somewhere, just because I'm still pretty young and I still want to try out some different things. So yeah, it was kind of a long answer, but you get it. Yeah, no problem. Feel free to ask any other questions. Anybody. Don't. I mean, if I don't feel like it's appropriate to answer something, I'll let you know. But always feel free to answer or to ask questions. Okay, so now that reviews are done, let's work on getting the articles one. It's pretty similar except no image. Just because I really like the way that like actual images look on blogs, and since these articles are mainly gonna be illustrations, I just don't like how those look like that. Caching. Yeah, I've never even done that. I've seen examples of it a little bit, but I've never even had to do that, so I can't imagine. Should probably learn though, to be honest. What was I gonna do? Oh, I want to shadow on these. That actually help from them from getting too dark because the shadows in the background there. Okay, so this is rendering from here. Don't want the image. I can remove that. I actually think I have an extra. Oh no, I deleted it. Okay. So don't want the image. Oh, that's what you're talking about. I thought you were like talking about caching users and stuff. That was crazy. It's like, damn, I didn't know you were that advanced already. Hey, can't see me. How's it going, man? Or girl. Sorry. I just realized I assumed your gender. Glad you could catch the stream though. So we don't want this, don't need text shadow, don't need Rubik. That was from Games and Grids. Don't need this. Assumption was correct. All right, that's good. I felt bad that I just immediately assumed. Obviously that wasn't my intention. We don't want, no, we don't want categories because, and then we're gonna want the truncate here as well. Yeah. And then we're also gonna bring the volume. I need to grab the styling from here too. I could make that an includes, but I don't think it's really necessary. That has a margin top and bottom, so that can actually just be vertical. One less class. Let's see. So I want this to kind of look like the current version, kind of like this, except with the truncate. And then we'll do columns of 2, but I do need to grab I feel like I used this somewhere. It was in the article post, right? It was, but it was in layouts. Yeah, here we go. I guess I can just grab it. Yeah, no problem, man. You make me. You always remind me that I need to learn more JavaScript and how lazy I'm being. I literally here. If you look right there, right under the Pokemon poster, I literally have the JavaScript book. And I'm just too lazy to actually read it. I'm gonna try and do that tomorrow. because I have nothing to do the rest of this week since I already got my new job and everything. I'm just waiting, so I can definitely take the time to read it. I need to. I've been putting that off for so damn long. Yeah, reading is just boring. Especially when it's like JavaScript. Tutorial stuff is just boring to me. Like, actually doing stuff is fun. I should do JavaScript 30, just do like half of them all in one day. Okay, that works. Congrats on the new gig. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I start next week on Monday. I don't want to say where my new job is just yet, Burger Love. It's actually secretly in this week's blog post, but I don't want to like announce it or make a big deal about it just yet. No specific reason really. I want to be like already starting and like kind of settled in the first couple days before I kind of make a big deal about announcing it. No reason. I just feel more comfortable doing it that way. So now we need to do something similar again, actually. If it's the agency? What do you mean? Which agency? Have I talked to you about this? I don't recognize your username, so I may have told you, but I don't recognize your username. I've told a few of my friends. An acquired taste, yeah. It's weird because I was a big reader in middle school and high school. I was like in all AP classes because I wanted to be a doctor, and I loved reading. I didn't study much, but I read a lot. So I don't know. I just slowly but surely just stopped liking it for some reason. I'm actually going to grab all these styles except for that 33. Don't need this. Don't need this. Wait, do I? I don't think so. No, because Flexbox automatically does that. This we want 50. What's also going to be cool is I'm going to figure out how to get categories. So you'll be able to browse these by like design, business, life, advice, things like that. It'll be like a little navigation under here. Since I can do that easily in Jekyll, and I wasn't able to do that easily in React, so that's why that's not on my current site. But yeah, so that looks good. Yeah, it's tricky to set up. I've actually really got the hang of it lately, so I guess probably because of Wivtra, because I made sure to make everything in Flexbox. Just for responsiveness and everything. So I'm actually a lot more comfortable with it now than I was. I need to make another one of these too. Man, I really don't don't like Wiz Khalifa. He like ruins every rap song he's on. Yeah, at first it's so weird, especially if you're like used to doing it a certain way. Let's grab an actual title. Nice, yeah. It's definitely a lot to learn. I've been doing it for about like a year and a few months, but I actually tweeted about this today because a lot of people ask me how I learned code, like all the time, and it's just a ton of practice. Like, this is my past year of code, so like 1,325 contributions in the last year. So that's just, I don't even know how many lines of code. I mean, just in August, all this. So like, it's just a ton of practice, learning a little bit, then practice that a lot, learning a little bit, practice that a lot. And then kind of as you get more comfortable and you're able to build out like bigger and bigger things, you just kind of learn things along the way, really. So this looks good. I need this as well. I think Treehouse has a crash course. If not, I can help you get set up on that stuff, Jose, if you want. It's really not too bad. It just takes practice. Oh, this is using layout default, that's why. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So, I need this to use page, not default. Sweet. Did you get the HTML and CSS? Oh, nice. Like Jose and I were saying, reading is kind of boring, but I will say those books are very good. I got through like halfway of the HTML and CSS, and I got a little bit of the way through the JavaScript one. And then I kind of went off and did my own thing with JavaScript and learned React and stuff like that. So, like I was saying, I need to read that, and I'm going to try my best to read a bit this week, and work on it over the next few weeks, because I really, really, really need to learn more JavaScript. That's kind of my weak point right now. But yeah, those books are pretty good. Actually, I like that padding. I think that should be on everything. Oh wait, I should be padding, just padding vertical for these other pages. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Like nonfiction stuff is hard to read because you have to like actually like digest more carefully. It's like trying to process everything instead of like using it as a whole story. Yeah, I like the spacing a lot more. It kind of also goes with I'm using like huge spacing and huge text here, which I really like. And these like offset images and everything. So I like the spacing a lot more. Obviously that needs to be fixed, but books online. Would they have those educational books? I don't even know. It won't even load for me. Sorry. Okay, so do all of them look like this? Yeah. I think that's fine though. I think that's how things usually look. That's how broken it is. Yeah. I'm using Tachyons as a framework, but I don't recommend using a framework until you feel pretty comfortable in CSS. This is annoying. I feel like that's too close, and I hate. This is why I don't like Tachyon's breakpoints sometimes. Like, what is this? Why is this okay? Like, it's fine, like around here, but like right before it changes. Honestly, I may have to make this. Yeah, this is terrible. I'm gonna have to make them 100% at medium instead. 'Cause it looks horrible. Adam question. What's up? See, but this doesn't look good. I guess, let me see. What if I do this? Highlight a section of my code and surround it with a div. I don't think there's a way to do it. I think there's probably plugins and stuff that help with that, but I haven't used that. I'm sure there's plugins or something though. I know there's a way, like, I think WesBoss has it where he literally just types like div something, enter, and it like makes a div and you can start typing. I don't remember. I've never looked into what it is. I should start looking into that stuff so I can work faster, but I haven't. Oh, okay. Now I recognize your name. Can't see me. Have a good night. See you later, man. Emmett Eclipse. Hayaku. Wow, there's a lot. Are those text editors or plugins? Because I want to stick with Atom. I'll check that out later. Okay, so I think there's a good, I think this is where I'm going to end it today. We got a good amount done. Let's go ahead and commit this. Nice, Jose. Excited to see what you're working on. Yeah, even Adam, I've been seeing like some like comparison tests and stuff for the speed, and it's like really bad, or like the CPU usage is really bad. Um, yeah, this is looking good so far. There's a lot of things I still need to do, obviously, and I need to transfer all the content as well, which is going to be a pain. But it'll be so much easier with having Jekyll, so I'm excited about this. But yeah, it was good to be back to streaming. Now that I have my office and stuff, I'll be able to stream more often, and get back to a good schedule. I may be changing the days that I'm streaming. I might change to weekends just because, like I said, I'm going to be getting up at like 5 in the morning for work, and hopefully want to go to the gym after work, so I'm going to be very tired and I need to go to sleep early so I can get up early. So I might change to probably weekends, 1 or 2 days a week. It's unfortunate, but probably going to be a necessary thing. There's probably not an easier way to do it, Jose. That's why GitHub's awesome, because you can just share like a gist. A gist is like to share a snippet of code. It's like gist.github.com. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here, and I will be streaming tomorrow. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 7:30 Central Standard Time. I'm hopefully gonna read that JavaScript book tomorrow, and maybe be working on this on my own for a little bit. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for the support as usual, and I'll see you guys on Twitter, Instagram, and whatnot, and here on the stream. So see you guys.